Tabarĩra ya Siri ya Mbegu ũkĩreherwo nĩ Simlo Seeds. Aya nĩ ataramu na endia a mbegũ theru na hĩtũkie gũkũ bũrũri-inĩ gwa kahinda ka mĩaka 36. Marĩ na honge guothe bũrũri-inĩ na thogora nĩ mũbacĩrĩre. Simlo Seeds, superior and reliable.
Again at Simlo Seeds, we are here to look at a number of seeds. As you all know, we are saying nowadays we are going hybrid, and at such a time, such a day, we are looking at a number of veggies available at Simlo Seeds. And today I'm with Christine. Christine is an expert and she'll be telling us more concerning all what you can see right here in our display. Christine, very much welcome. This is Siri ya Mbegu show. Kindly say hi.
Thank you very much. My name is Christine Murungi, and I'm in charge of the seed distribution at Simlo Seeds. I ensure that all the farmers, all the distributors, and all the stockists in the whole country and outside the country have gotten our seed. Yes.
Thank you so much, Christine. As we have agreed and we've seen before, I believe the term hybrid is not a vocabulary in our current market, and especially to our esteemed farmers. We've been going hybrid, and this is a campaign that we are doing because it has been tested and approved that going hybrid, we are going money. And as we all know that when we're going to the farm to do our farming, there's something we expect at the end of the day. And whether there's market or not, any farmer going to the market has hope that one day they will sell their produce. And so that whatever, to build on your hope, whatever you are doing, we want to ensure that your hope is not cut short or rather cut off because of using the wrong seed and seeds which are not certified. And that's why we are taking this initiative to educate you and to inform you on the certified seeds and the seeds that are recommended for you, depending on where you grow them, depending on the type of your soil, depending on a number of factors that maybe will affect your produce at the end of the day. And Christine, we have a number of seeds here with us, and probably today we are going hybrid. We all agree that at a time like this we are used to these we call them open pollinated.
Yes.
What our farmers may call the traditional seeds, and we have the hybrid seeds. I want to give Christine an opportunity probably to tell us why should we, or the reason as why we are saying we want to go hybrid, the reason or the goodness behind going hybrid, and maybe doing away with the open pollinated seeds. In this case, Christine, we have this type of a seed. Please tell us. You can have it in your hand. Tell us in the past years it has been used, and right now we are talking of we are going to use like now I have the Queen F1 cabbage hybrid. Tell us why do you think it is good or for our farmers to leave behind this one and also go for the hybrid?
Thank you very much for this opportunity to elaborate to the farmers why we need to graduate our farming.
True.
In the past, we have to appreciate that we were not very commercial oriented when it came to our agriculture. But of late, we've heard about kilimo biashara.
Yes.
And the farmer wants to get optimum value for their farming. So when you look at the comparison between the hybrids and the non-hybrids, or what we refer to as OPVs, you find that a farmer growing hybrids can get 3 to 4 times more than what's the farmer growing the OPVs. And also you find that this farmer wants a product that can wait for the market. Sometimes you go to the market and you find that today maybe the market is not there.
Yeah.
Your product needs to stay maybe for another 2-3 weeks. If it's an OPV variety, it will not last that long. If it's a cabbage, you find that it will start bursting in the farm.
Sure.
If it's a hybrid variety, you start seeing that in 2-3 weeks, your cabbage is still there holding up. So you find that a farmer who has grown the hybrid has time to wait for the market, to source for the market.
Sure.
And when it comes to other products like tomatoes, you find that they transport very well because they have hand skin.
Yeah.
Also for the hybrids, they are resistant to pests and diseases. So you find the usage of chemicals and pesticides is more reduced when it comes to the hybrids.
Okay.
And if we are going to feed our nation, the population has grown, we have to produce more.
Sure.
The land portions have become smaller.
True.
The hybrid gives you triple that. So the economies of scale will say that a hybrid which is producing more will feed the nation better than an OPV.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Christine. Three very important factors you have talked about. One is the shelf life. Secondly is the amount of yield. Another one is the amount of maybe the chemicals that you use to control or rather to bring this crop. Now let's start with the piece of land that maybe one is using, because I understand now that comes with yield. One can do an acre of land and they have the same yield that was the same person have used maybe a quarter gets. What is that hidden potential in a hybrid seed and maybe not on a OPV?
Okay, what you find is that if you take, let's say, an OPV over maybe a tomato, the OPV can yield maybe up to 20 tons, while the hybrid on the same will yield around maybe 30-40 tons per acre. And this basically is the number of maybe fruits that you'll get from one plant. Then the resistance also means that there are more survival rates. The survival rate is higher, so you will harvest more. And the fact that you don't have wastage in the farm in terms of rotting and spoilage, then it means that you will harvest more. The same goes for cabbage. You find that when they mature, the OPVs don't even mature at the same time. They'll mature fluctuating different times. So by the time you're getting market, even for the remnant of your product, you find you don't have the same value as when you sold the first product.
Yes.
But when you are able to call maybe a marketer or the end user, and they come with your load pickup and they harvest everything at the same time, they're able to give you your cash money there, rather than you're left again with a crop that you continue maintaining, which means it's an extra cost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when it comes to germinating these seeds, the OPVs and the hybrid, is there any difference when it comes to germinating? Because I believe the care, or rather our problem, our challenge starts from there. When a whole acre germinates uniformly, may not be the same as that which is scattered. Why do we have, or rather, why is not similar, but the hybrid germination so perfect as compared to OPVs?
Okay, thank you. It's good that you've pointed that out because it's very critical. When the breeders go to breeding the hybrid, they have input a lot of strength in that hybrid, such that the germination percentage goes to above 98%. The loss is very low. And that's why you find even those who are bringing up nurseries, they want to do nurseries with the hybrids because per each of the trays, you'll find that each seedling will grow.
Sure.
But when it comes to the OPVs, you find that the germination percentage is even lower. It can go to even around 80%. So you find that you're losing 20%, while in hybrid, the most you can lose is maybe 2-3%. So that again translates. You find that when you're using the seed rate, we'll say for an OPV, you use a higher seed rate as compared to the hybrid.
Sure.
So you find the hybrid will use maybe 10 or more less percent in terms of what you're going to germinate, because the germination is very high. Yes.
In the recent past, it has been that our farmers don't care in what number or what percentage of seeds germinates, because we used to do it what we call kienyeji, in a way that you don't count the number of plants that has germinated. But nowadays, as you've said, we are talking of kilimo biashara, and in this sense, you find that farmers are very sensitive on losing any of the plant in terms of germinating them. Both from both the OPVs and the hybrids. When suppose we have them all germinating, will the bringing or rather maintaining the nursery, maintaining the seedlings be of the same amount? There's one that requires maybe more attention as opposed to the other.
Thank you very much. Actually, you find the hybrids have a higher vigor when it comes to germination at the nurseries. They have a higher vigor, meaning they have less maintenance issues as compared to the OPVs.
Okay.
So definitely, when it comes now to the nursery, the OPV require more care than the hybrids.
Okay.
Yes.
Hihi mũrĩmi nĩ wĩiguĩte ici? Tega gũtũngũhe cio. Hĩndĩ ya mbura ya kĩmera gĩkĩ ndũgatangĩke nĩ mboga rĩngĩ. Handa terere mũthemba wa Amaranthus dubious ũrĩa ũkĩte na ũrakũra na ihinda rĩa mĩeri 2 tu. Ti mũrũrũ, ũguo nĩ mwega wa kũrĩo nĩ ciana, andũ akũrũ, arĩa arwaru na arĩa makoragwo na mĩrimũ ya ihinda iraya. Mbegũ cia terere ũyũ ironekana na mũigana wa kuma gramu 10 nginya kilo 1 thĩinĩ wa nduka ciothe cia wendia wa mbegũ iria hetũkie gũkũ bũrũri-inĩ. Amaranthus dubious kuma Simlo Seed, superior and reliable.
All right, we are all now aware that there are so many differences when it comes to OPVs, that is open pollinated, and we're talking of the hybrid. Right from the nursery, they may all germinate 98% or 100%. But again, when it comes to taking care of these seedlings, taking care of these nursery beds, it is very different because as Christine is saying, when we are talking of hybrid, there's a lot of vigor, a lot of energy that these plants grow. They are vigorous in coming, germinating, and as opposed to the OPVs. Now, Christine, kindly tell us, some farmers may say that hybrids are not available, or rather they are for those exclusive farmers. That has been the notion in the recent past, and we all know that the OPVs are readily available. You'll get them from any outlet. Some of them, even breeding these seeds, it's not a challenge, or rather it's not that difficult. Sure. It doesn't require a lot of expertise when it comes to breeding the OPVs. Yes. I remember some of times you'll have some people, if it is the other plants, let's talk of maize or something, they'll go back to the galleries and get they are very store and plant it. And I don't know what where this thing came from, because they have their way of selecting. Yes. And somehow it works. So I really don't know whether these things are also available as opposed to just like the OPVs.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Actually, what happens is that we have a very well established distribution network, so that we ensure that the farmers are able to get the seeds down there. But at the end of the day, we say that our distributors are also businessmen. And sometimes, as we say, the hybrids cost could be a bit high. So what we have done, we have gone an extra mile, where if a farmer is, let's say, somewhere in Garissa and they want seed, and the stockist near them is not availing it, we are able to liaise through our pay bill number, they pay, and we send them the seed wherever they are. So that way, even the farmer who is mashinani will be able to get the seed, not necessarily even through the, if let's say the distributor doesn't have it, they're not limited to where else can they get the seed. We are able to ship the seed directly to them wherever they are. And secondly, also because of the field days that we organize and farmers trainings, we sensitize farmers on the usage and why they need to adopt the hybrids. And apart from that, the hybrids have gone into lower packages so that they are pocket friendly. So that we don't necessarily have the big packs. You can find that sometimes we have even 100 seeds, or even 5 grams or 1 gram of seeds. All this to ensure that all the categories of our farmers are catered for. And we also have branches. Being a part of the Kenya Seed Company, we have a distribution network that is very strong. Yes, so anytime a farmer feels that they've gone to a stockist and they can't get what they need, let them call us and we'll make arrangements of how they can get the seed. Yes.
Very good. Now, in case you need any of these products at Simlo Seeds, Christine is saying that we have a very good network when it comes to distribution and outlets across all 47 counties in Kenya. Now, Christine, sometimes people will say that, and I don't know, recommendations from doctors that we cannot only use, we should not only use cabbages. You get? And I don't know why, whether the nutrient content in cabbage is the same as in the indigenous vegetables. Like we talk of terere, managu, and the like. I was amazed to find that at Simlo you also have these. Sometimes we thought that these are things that just grow by themselves outside there, in the fields and wherever. But you have provided them. I don't know whether you breed them or they are also from the fields. You will tell us kindly, because it is true that the nutrient content in the the indigenous veggies is
quite
not
high.
what we find in cabbage.
True.
Please, what idea did you have when you came up with the indigenous and as part of your products?
Thank you for that question. Yes, in the past, in the old days, you'd find that the indigenous vegetables would just grow wild in the bushes when it has rained. But over time, we realize that there is a need in the market, because when it is not raining, where do you get these indigenous vegetables? And their nutritional value is so high. You find they are very rich in iron, they are very rich in calcium, and these nutrients, even if you consume the other vegetables, you require so much more portion for you to get the same value. So what we did, our breeding section went ahead and picked what was indigenous there or traditionally there and improved on it, because we find what was sold in the olden days or what was grown sometimes had very small leaves. So you find that for you to feed a family, you would need maybe to harvest a whole big farm.
Sure.
So what they did was pick the same material and enhance in terms of productivity, so that you have fewer plants that can give you more green vegetables, more leaf, and hence you are able to feed more family members with the same.
Yeah.
So yes, we have indigenous vegetables. We have the tereres, the managus. They all go by various local names, the murendas. Yes, as you can see they are here. We have them.
Sure.
And they're also packaged in very small, friendly packets from 10 grams all the way to 1 kilo. And we have realized that also of late, because of the health issues that we have, most of the doctors recommend that once you have this and this issue, please try eating the indigenous vegetables. Also try going to the supermarket. By around maybe mid-morning, you'll find that the indigenous vegetables section is finished. You'll be told they were there.
Sure.
But you'll never find these other vegetables exhausted.
Sure.
Why is that so? It's because the demand has gone high, and once we realize there is that demand, we decided to go out of our way to avail it to the Kenyans.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Now, one thing I feel it is very important. Traditionally, we expecting these things to grow just in the open fields by themselves, and somehow I don't know whether when we are bringing up or rather when we are taking them as part of their package as farmers, and maybe someone wants to specialize in dealing with indigenous veggies. Is it are we going to use the chemicals, or are we just going to let them grow like they used to be?
Thank you. Actually, they grow the same way they used to grow. It's one of the easiest crops to maintain vis-a-vis compared to the other products that we may have. Indigenous vegetables, you find most of the farmers. And also for those farmers who do it on Kilimo Biashara, they're the ones now who will go and get it more organized. Because considering that the market is growing, they are doing it more and more and more. So they have even decided to advance it. But for these indigenous vegetables, the most they need is manure. Well done manure. With the manure, you're good to go.
Right.
Yes.
You've heard it from the horse's mouth. Christine from Simlo Seeds telling us that we are going hybrid, we are going money, and here is a pack of indigenous veggies. Kindly, let's do this in the mind bearing it that we are doing it for biashara. It is now agribusiness, not just farming like farming. We are farming because we want something in our pockets at the end of the day. And we are saying that we are going hybrid also to make sure that our country, our nation is food secured. Kindly keep tuned because we are here for you.
Hihi murimi ni wiguite ici tega gutunguhe cio hindi ya mbura ya kimera giki ndugatangike ni mboga ringi handa terere muthemba wa Amaranthus dubious uria ukite no urakura na ihinda ria mieri iri tu ti mururu uguo ni mwega wa kurio ni ciana andu akuru aria arwaru na aria makoragwo na mirimu ya ihinda iraya. Mbegu cia terere uyu ironekana na muigana wa kuma gramu 10 nginya kilo 1 thiini wa nduka ciothe cia wendia wa mbegu iria hitukie guku bururi-ini. Amaranthus dubious kuma Simlo Seeds, superior and reliable.
Welcome back. This is Simlo Seeds katika Siri ya Mbegu, and we are here to explore the potential that is hidden in our seeds, that our seeds contain, and for one reason or the other as farmers we may not be aware, but Christine from Simlo Seeds is here to make sure that you farmer, you're well informed, you're well educated, you are up to date as far as what is happening, what is trading in the market is concerned. You are tuned to Siri ya Mbegu. Christine, welcome back. And in my hand I have Amaranthus dubious. I understand this is terere.
Yes,
and one of the indigenous veggies that is so common in our local villages, and we are some of us were brought up as our daily meal because it just used to grow. And when we are talking of growing the terere, does it require in terms of attitudes? We have the coffee growing areas, the tea growing areas, and also we have the transitional areas that is between the coffee and the tea.
Yes.
Where does this do well?
Okay. Thank you very much. First, I will maybe start by pointing out among the terere, we have two varieties of terere. We have one that is dual purpose for grain and vegetable, and we have one that is vegetable. It's called the dubious. So for those who want vegetable terere,
Very important.
that is very important. They should know that the variety to go for is dubious. And the advantage of indigenous vegetables is that they are local, traditional. They'll go anywhere in our nation. Unlike other products where we say maybe this cabbage can't do well in this area, it will do well in this area, indigenous vegetables don't work that way. They do well across all the ecological zones. So any Kenyan is able to, and even outside the country, by the way, we take them outside the country, Sudan, Uganda, all those nations, they grow our indigenous vegetables and they do well. So it's not limited to ecological zones.
Wow.
Yes.
It's such an amazing product here, terere, that it's not limited. You can grow it. Are you in Western Kenya, the eastern, the central part of it? It doesn't care. So you can as well have it. And you've said that we have the variety for grains. The grains.
Yes.
Some of us may not know whether we have terere grains, or where are they taken, or how are they used?
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, terere grains are there. They are used for fortification or fortifying of the ungas. If you go to the shops or the supermarkets, you find that there is amaranth flour. Sure. You'll also find something they call amaranth pops, like popcorn, but made out of the grain amaranth. And even when they were talking about fortifying maize flour so that it can be more nutritious, these are some of the options that we can look at as a way of fortifying other flours. Yes, so it has diverse uses. Yes.
Some people will confuse between the amaranthus and the nightshades. Yes. Of which I know it's what you are holding in your hands, locally known as managu. Managu has also become very popular in our market, and especially in the recent past where every doctor is like recommending their patients to go for managu, for terere. What is so special in managu?
Thank you very much. I will also point out that even among the managu we have two varieties. The original managu is bitter. And you find that with us bringing up our children and the younger generation, they will not touch anything bitter. So we have gone ahead and improved on it to reduce the bitterness, so that we don't have a young one saying, I'm not going to take this one because it's bitter.
Sure.
So we have the giant managu and the black nightshade. The black nightshade, it has small leaves and bitter. But those who know it appreciate it more. They prefer it, but we still have the market that prefers the mild one. Actually, we call it the giant nightshade is the mild one, and it's more comfortable for young families where we have across age children who don't want anything bitter. But what I can say about these managus also, they do well across all ranges, just like the terere. They all do well, whether it is the giant or the black nightshade. It's just that the market niches are very different.
Sure.
And the company has felt they need to go ahead and make it possible for anyone wanting to consume indigenous because of the nutritional value, not to be deterred by maybe the tastes.
Sure.
Yes.
There's a point I would like Christine maybe to elaborate and tell us. When we talk of reducing the bitterness, does it has anything to reduce the nutrient content in this crop?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. The breeders, all they will do, they will work on it. The same way enhancing even the leaf sizes. doesn't affect, let's say, the nutritional value, because the nutritional value is at a very different level.
Sure.
This one doesn't include you affecting the genes of the plant. No. Yes.
Remember, we are talking of indigenous crops, indigenous veggies, and for example, we have the terere, locally known as terere. We also have the manago, the giant shades, and in this case, we have it growing across our nation, as we have said, and at this time, there's something so special that is coming up from our expert Christian, that whether they are hybrid or not, the nutrient content is very key. And as a matter of fact, I believe you do all to protect the content of nutrients in any crop. So we are talking of certified breeders who have been providing and availing these seeds to us as farmers, and therefore you have every reason to go hybrid. Sometimes we may not have a hybrid for these veggies, but remember, even them going ahead, taking this initiative of availing the indigenous veggies seeds in their stocks, it is also a big initiative. It's a special one because we believe these things used to grow by themselves in the fields, but now Simro seeds are availing them for us, rather to us. You need one. Christine told us that the distribution network is very okay. It is very good across the 47 counties. Wherever you are, you only need to make a call and you'll be connected. You only need to make a call and the product will be delivered right where you are. Remember, you're tuned to Siri Mbegu, whereby we're exploring the potential behind any seed that you're using, the potential that is in a seed, but also handling, managing your crop is very key, because sometimes you may have the right crop, the right seed, but also managing how you bring up that seed is very key. Christine, as we summarize kindly, I would like you to tell us the importance behind managing our crops, because sometimes we have the seeds, the certified seed, even right from here at Simro. But again, we fail in how we bring up our crops. Mention something small as we wind up.
Okay, thank you very much. It's true. Crop management is very important. Just having certified seed will not end up giving you the right product. What you need to know as a farmer is that you have also to do your part. The seed is good, but you have to also take care of it right from the nursery. You find that most of our soils have been depleted of nutrients, so you'll find a farmer not even using fertilizer, whether it's organic or inorganic, and they expect that plant to do well, yet it doesn't have the necessary nutrients. That would be wrong. Also, you find that in some areas, let's say even with the indigenous vegetables, once a farmer has threw them or broadcasted them into their farm, they let them grow and forget that there are weeds that also need to be controlled.
Sure.
So they also need to get rid of that. Also, when you find that a crop is in a very unkempt farm where there is too much weed, you find that the weeds are competing with the crop for nutrients, for the water, for everything. So it's important to maintain a weed-free and also as pest-free crop.
Sure.
That way you're able to harvest optimum. You find that even in the market, when they take their products to the market, if your cabbage or your sukuma wiki or anything has so many holes from pests, your customers may not like it. So it's important to ensure that you maintain a clean crop. And most of the time you find that even these pests come because of the weeds that are in the farm.
Sure.
So maintain a good field, a clean field, and feed the crops well for them to give you the yield that you want to get.
Okay.
Yes.
That is crop management, feed and farm management. You've had it right, that you need to do something, not only having the certified seeds, not just having the rightful seeds, but also the way you manage your seed matters a lot, and it determines how much you'll get as your yield at the end of the day. So we are saying there are so many things that you may have to do in your farm, but again, it's just like any other field, there are things that are very key, which you may not be able to do without when it comes to yield and crop management. One, we talked of this kind of seed that you're having. Secondly, Christine has elaborated on the importance of having the hybrid seed. The other thing is managing your crop, managing your farming. Just manage it. Don't just let things grow by themselves. You have in the open fields, in the fields. Just make sure that you manage your field very well. And at the end of the day, you'll be having what you expected. Remember, she also said that you don't need a big tract of land. You just need a portion. But when managed, it will deliver. It will give you what you expected. So Christine, thank you so much. This is Siri Mbegu, and we believe that it will be, we are putting our farmers in the spotlight, that they may be, we are bringing them because sometimes they fail us, even as much as we want to avail the seeds for them and with them, they fail us. But now we are bringing what they need right at their homes. So please tell them something and wind up.
Thank you very much. I believe even this program is very useful to the farmers, and thank you for bringing us here so that we are able to explain to our farmers what they need to do and where they need to go for them to be able to be served well and to be able to feed the nation, because at the end of the day we need a well-fed nation. Thank you. Nikimalizia, my name is still Christine Murungi. I'm the distribution in charge at Simlo Seeds.
I'm your host here, Robert Maina. Siri Mbegu is a program. Kwaheri.
Tafarira ya Siri Mbegu wareherwo ni Simlo Seeds. Aya ni ataramu na endia a mbegu theru na hitukie guku bururi-ini gwa kahinda ka miaka 36 mari na honge guothe bururi-ini na thogora ni mubacirire. Simlo Seeds, superior and reliable.